Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started here, I gotta do my price of admission. Like, subscribe, bell notification below. You guys are watching the videos, so why don't you guys help me out the YouTube algorithm? Give you guys a few seconds to do that. All right, few seconds here. Like I say, I'm not here for long intros. So today's video, we're coming back to Kevin Samuels. In this video, he had a woman called in regarding kids, marriage, and advice in the situation here. So we're gonna let Kevin cook, get to the video, and we're gonna try to make this make sense.
Okay. So how long you guys been together?
A year and a half.
Okay. Do you want to get married one day?
No.
Okay.
No marriage.
That's fine. So curious. Any children, by the way?
No children.
Okay. So as a black woman with no children, what is life going to look like for you at 55 years old?
Good question.
Not money wise, socially.
Socially, I don't know. I'm pretty introverted.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just the small circle I have now. So I plan on like maintaining the circle that I have now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What city do you live in, if you don't mind?
I'm in Chicago.
Ooh, she's where I'm at, y'all. Chicago's in the house.
Okay, my friends that I had in high school, I don't talk to any of them.
Yeah.
We're friends on Facebook, and a
Right.
few of the people I went to college with, we're in contact with. But you change friend groups every 5 to 10 years. So
Let me pause here. I want everybody to understand this here. People who you grew up with are not always the people you're going to be friends with down the line. Like I said, I have a lot of friends on my Facebook page, but I don't communicate with them all the time. You know, it's kind of cool to see people you grew up and then you have access to them, but who I communicate with, who I associate with, and who I work with on a daily basis, the people in my past is not really there because we all grow up, we get the different mind states in our stages in our life and our careers here. So we can't say who we are with now. It's going to be the same people we rocking with later on down the line here. So keep that in mind as your growth goes. Not just ladies, but men as well. As we grow, sometimes our people may be left behind as well. But as we're growing, and if they're growing with us too, that could be a scenario. But just remember that when we're growing and then as we're living our life. Back to the video.
at 55, do you want children?
Yeah.
Backwards.
Then help me understand.
Backwards.
Why do you want kids and not a husband?
I just really not into the idea of marriage. And
Y'all hear this?
neither is my boyfriend right now. We're building like a good relationship. We've built a good relationship with one another. So I don't. Marriage is not a goal of either of ours.
Okay, but do you? Okay.
And also, I didn't grow up like seeing married couples. That's just not a thing.
But
I'm pausing that there because I want to hit that home. We'll let the video cook. I said I'm gonna let Kevin cook here. I just want to point out a few things here. She openly admitted that she did not see marriage growing up. This is not something that she is used to from that here, if you want to wind that back here. And that is the problem that we have here in our own black community here. We do not see enough nuclear families, so we do not understand the benefits of having a relationship that turns into marriage to build a family so you can build this wealth here, instead of being two separate individuals trying to create something together here. I just wanted to point that out to see that she was honest here. So let's let Kevin cook here and get back to the video.
if you're born in this country, you know that marriage has a lot of okay. Why? I don't understand, and I'm really trying to understand why so many black women are terrified of marriage.
Right.
I'm not necessarily terrified.
Well,
Like I
it's not
said-
something you want to do or look forward to. It's like, whether terrified is the right word, you're supposed to look forward to family.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, I'll have the kids, and I'll even have a man, but I don't want the structure of marriage. And why?
Good question.
I just feel like I can be, well, I know one of the benefits is just like the wealth aspect of it. combining incomes, but I feel like me and my partner are on a trajectory to both be very successful and kind of won't need to depend on each other financially, if that makes sense.
What?
I don't understand. Black communities at the bottom. Okay,
Hmm.
right? So you're talking about being a well-off black woman. He's a well-off black man. Those are just two single people.
That's what I was just saying.
Why do other groups get married and we don't?
I don't know. But also, like I said, this is not nothing I grew up under or kind of seen. So
Well, we grew up
it
in
was never a conversation.
we grew up in slavery. And
Okay.
then after we were free, we were the most married. We had an 80% marital rate up to 1965. See, what I'm hearing is it's like black women today, like yourself, are almost like being married doesn't really seem like it's that big a deal. Because when you start talking about the tax benefits and all this other kind of stuff, it's like, well, a couple $300. But how often have you watched my show?
I watch it pretty often.
Do you see all the women over 45 and 50 who are terrified?
Yeah.
That's you.
So true. I haven't got to those videos yet. I want to get to them, but there are so many videos that Kevin Samuels talks to women. I've had a few like late 30s and some early 40s, but there's lots of women who've called in to Kevin over the years, in their 40s, in their 50s, and their line of questioning is like they're 20-something years old. They're in fear of dying alone here. That's why he asked this question here, because her mentality is showing that many of us in the black community do not value marriage. We want to have these kids first, but we're not seeing how backwards that is and how that is going to be a detriment to our family. So let's let Kevin get some more in this here. Let's get back to the video.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Okay.
What'd you get your degree in?
I have a bachelor's in psychology and
Oh,
a
no.
master's in corporate communication.
Oh,
I know. You already know.
she knows too, y'all. She knows.
So you would have the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not even set on kids. Like, I don't even know if I want to have kids, like, for sure. Like,
Really?
there's a possibility, but, like, right now, I'm kind of, like, focusing on, like, my career.
Well,
And
what is your career going to be in?
hopefully, entrepreneurship. I'm working.
Oh my God! This is the archetype.
I gotta pause here. I know people kill me about pausing so much, but did y'all hear that? She got a degree in psychology, which means that men, if you see a woman like this, she's gonna try to diagnose you. We don't need someone in our brains diagnosing us here. And then she just saying that she got this bachelor's degree, but she wants to go into entrepreneurship. You didn't have to get a degree to be an entrepreneur. So we see how backwards that is. I want to pose this question and y'all think about it and y'all can come back to me later. How much does it cost to get a psychology degree? And what are the fields, the jobs that you get in said psychology degree? Do that homework first. Then look at how much those jobs pay. Look at how much your school debt is going to be at the cap. Let's say that you don't look at managers. Look at if you're an individual contributor and find out what that cap is and tell me, is it worth that student loan debt? And then is it worth saying, I got this degree now I'm gonna go ahead and build a business? That's so backwards. Oh my God. Kevin's gonna get on here. Let's get back to the video.
This is the entrepreneur, y'all. The attorney.
But not just that. Like, right now, I'm in education. I'm a teacher. And
You're doing too much.
But dear, no offense. Are you making over 6 figures?
No.
Are you making over 90,000?
No.
80,000?
No.
70,000?
No.
Keep going down.
60,000?
No.
50,000?
No.
Over 40,000?
Yes.
Man,
You can't make this up.
You're middle class. You're right there like most black women.
Yes, understood.
Hold on, listen.
Oh,
Let me
boy.
really try to nail this down. You're 28, 27, 28.
28.
74% of black women earn less than 50,000. You have a degree in psychology and communications. You are not going to be, and this is why I tell you guys, so many of our women think entrepreneurialism is going to jump them past the structure. So many of our women are just chaotic, don't want to deal with structure. You know, just like I know, the careers that pay six figures are physicians, attorneys, accountants, engineers, things that require professional certification, schooling, lots of study. You know that, right?
Yeah.
The only jobs that can stand to pay that amount of money and not require that level of intelligence, schooling, and discipline is something sales related. That's why so many of our women end up going into some sort of real estate or some sort of entrepreneurialism, which is another way of saying I can't go out into a company and demand $250,000 salary, but I'm going to go out into the market and through my own accord, through my level of competency, I'm going to get it from the market. And it doesn't work. 9% of Black women earn more than $75,000. Why is this important? Because, man, you don't want to be married, cool. You don't want kids, fine. But at earning less than $50,000 a year, you are already off track. Here's an example I often give. A woman earning $50,000 in Chicago or Dallas at age 25, and she gets an inflationary raise every year to where that $50,000 doesn't lose any buying power, right? And she saves $200 a month. And she's working from 25 to 65, that's 40 years. 40 years, no kids, $50,000, not losing any money to inflation, and she's knocking away $200. Boom, 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 boom. If that woman has a life expectancy at age 65 to 85, she's going to be short. She is going to run out of money by the age of 73.
Oh, wow.
She is going to need an additional $750,000 to live, not thrive, to survive. That's why I said that's you. You're making less than 50. And the likelihood of you becoming a top 5% earner is zero. Not zero, less than 1%.
Let me pause here. He's cooking. He's giving facts. And we need people to understand, especially women. We don't care. We don't mind the fact you're saying that I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids if that's the case here. All right, then. So we're talking as adults now that hope you understand that we do not work forever. There becomes a time and period in our life that we age out of the workforce. Just remember, how many people do you see going hard, working in a corporate job well into their 70s? That's why they say 65 is retirement age. You know, some people do make it, work longer if you have your own business. But if you're working in a job structure under a hierarchy of managers and things of that nature, you're going to age out. So we're saying is, are you saving for retirement since you don't have a significant other to combine your forces together? Are you saving the amount every year, every month out of every paycheck so that when it comes time to you can't work anymore? And then we want to add the fact that, are you really going to rely on Social Security? Because at this point right now in 2022, we should not even be thinking that Social Security may even be there. If it is, great. That's some extra money for us to help us in our latter years. But the way Congress talks and the way our politicians are working, who's to say that in 10 years we will have enough money or it's wiped out? We have to think that way. So let's say there's no Social Security and that you're making $40,000 a year. Kevin's saying that by the time you get to your 70s, you're going to be broke and homeless. So where is your family to help you out when you have a shortfall of money? So we want people to understand, like this woman here at 28 years old, she needs to start thinking about the end now. Because when it's too late, it's too late. Where are you going to find that money? Keep that in mind, people. We don't care about being single. It's about, are you prepared when you can't work anymore? And she's not prepared right now at 28. She's got a major shortfall. Let's get back to the video and see Kevin cook more.
Okay.
Because if it was as simple as becoming, in order to make the kind of money to have $2.4 million in retirement, you have to be making close to $95,000 right now.
Oh, wow.
And saving it.
She's not even making double. She's making half that.
This is why marriage is so important, because women in general have been made taxpayers.
Wow.
They separated you from your men, and now the companies and the systems are making money off of you. And when you age out, what are you starting to see? Women in our age group starting to realize they're going to die alone. So I'm just saying, if you're going to be single, you gotta know you're going to be in the top 10% of all earners, and then manage your money to pay. Because who's going to pay for you? If you need some money, if you need something after retirement, you can't work you can't work. No one will hire you. You're 65 years old, and you need money. Where are you going to get it from?
Where?
Hopefully, the investments that I've made, my savings.
You run out of money, like most people. Where are you going to get the money from?
Exactly. We will run out if we're not working, people.
I'm not sure that I kind of understand. I understand the question.
So let's say a man is working, okay, has no family, no children, and he has he's saved whatever, and he's invested whatever, but it comes from retirement, and he has $1 million, and he's trying to live on that $1 million. He runs out of money.
Okay.
He still has to pay groceries, medical care. As your age gets more expensive, you still got to live.
Yep.
Can those and the money that I've saved thus far, that still not be invested in something else to make me more money?
No, you don't make it. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have enough money to invest to get any real kind of dividend. See, that's.
Let me pause here. I want to point this out here. Like, she don't have money to invest in. Don't get mad at me for stopping here. She's in Chicago where I'm at here. If it wasn't for close family that I'm dealing with here that's dealing with some medical issues right now, I would not be living here. It is expensive to live in Chicago. When we talk about Chicago, LA, New York, Dallas, these are the areas that are expensive. Like, at least in the South, where Texas and Florida, you don't got to worry about state taxes. We got higher state taxes that's constantly going on here in Illinois. And Cook County taxes in the Chi, oh Lord, and let's add inflation on top of things that's happening right now. She's not even making $50,000 a year. She needs help. Because I know when I was making that amount and being a single man and what I was able to do. Okay, now that I'm older, I understand money. I understand the ramifications of my future here. She's not gonna make it, not even making $50,000. How can you save when you think about rent now? It's at least $1,500 to $1,800 a month out here. Food is so expensive. Gas at the tank is over $5 a gallon, and that's just for 87 octane. What happens if you're a guy like me with a 93 sports car, or you got a big V8 engine if you don't got a sports car? You gotta pay over $6 a gallon. McDonald's value meals used to be $3.99. Down the street from me, it's cost $7 to $8 just to go to McDonald's. Okay, and you're not making $50,000. I'm saying this to point this out, how numbers matter along with words. We need to make this add up so that we're not homeless. People, if you see downtown Chicago, the women's homelessness is rising. Every time I walk around the loop, whether I'm Jackson, I'm walking down LaSalle, I'm on Adams, you see women posted up who are homeless popping up all over the place compared to those men so many years ago. Because I've been in downtown Chicago for a hot minute. We got to make this make sense here. Now let me get back to the video and let Kevin cook some more.
That's what I mean. In order to make investments, you have to have capital. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Where's the money going to come to you invest?
Make that make sense, people, if you live in paycheck to paycheck.
$100,000 that you can just set aside to let grow for 10 years.
Right.
Where do you have $50,000, $20,000?
Large amounts that can grow.
I'm working towards that though.
But that's the thing, ma'am. See, that's my point. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm not. You're working towards it, and you're putting your money in what, savings?
Yes.
Not getting any money.
I'm getting into stocks and doing research on that.
Stocks. What kind of return are you getting? What's your average rate of return on your investment portfolio?
I'm not sure. I just started.
She's not sure. I'm pausing again because all she has is a few dollars in her savings account. She doesn't know her average rate in return. She don't see whatever she may be investing in GE or Walmart, or she's invested into the bonds or index funds, and she's not seeing maybe a 6%. When things drop down, do you see a guaranteed 5%? Or over the year, if you invested your money right, like In certain people, I'm not gonna say me or not, you see a nice little 18, 20% growth over the year when you start stacking your money and let it grow. See, pennies eventually grow to dollars and then those dollars make sense. But if you don't make enough money to invest, all you're doing is investing in pennies and all it's gonna be pennies. When you have the dollars, then it grows. So if you don't have 20, 30,000 to invest and you only got like $2, you're not gonna make any money for retirement. She doesn't know what she has here. To point that out, all she has is maybe a few $100s in savings. Back to the video.
The rule of 72 is what you need to understand. And if you're putting your money in savings, take whatever the interest rate is, divide by 72, and that's how long it'll take your money to double.
Okay.
You need to be putting, and in order for investments to work, let's say you put money in a savings account and it's giving you 2%. 2%. It'll take you 36 years for $1,000 to become $2,000.
Y'all hear that? Simple math.
10 to 12% is an average yield for, I just say typical, not an IRA, but 10 to 12%. But that money has to sit there.
Right.
You're not investing in anything. So
See that?
where is the lump sum of money going to come that you're going to be able to invest that you can't touch, that's going to provide residual income? You don't make enough money to do it.
Well,
And this is one of the,
I'm in a. Go ahead.
and you can say you're learning and there's insights and so forth, but this is one of the biggest problems. Financial literacy in our community is low.
Yes, it is.
You think, where's the capital going to come from to invest? Is it going to come from your job?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, you don't save your way into rich. You invest. You
There you
don't
go.
make enough money.
You don't save your way to being rich,
Okay.
y'all.
That's fair. If you're speaking from a broader, like from the outside looking in. I've been put in position by my family to be able to
Okay, you have
save
inheritance?
well.
Inheritance?
No, not inheritance, but just a good financial family member who's helping me out.
You
and
got
not-
help. That's good.
I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, or I'm not
So
struggling.
somebody else, is this somebody older than you?
Yes.
So fine. But man,
I definitely understand what you're saying, but it's just like it's still speaking from like a
it's from an absolutely iron core, rock solid standpoint. So many of our women think magically when it comes to money.
but I'm not thinking magically.
Somebody
I'm
else's
thinking-
money, but bottom line is this, man. This is one thing that is true. Somebody else's money has to do it.
And that is a good place for me to pause here. I'm going to put the description below. Kevin cooks for a hot minute here. This is a reaction video. I can't do the entire reaction to this video here because it's very, very long and lengthy. I want to focus on a particular section here. So I want to come back here to the tribe to see, did you see this here? Modern woman. Now at the end, she said that she has a family member helping her out, giving her some money here and there. But in actuality, without this family member, she is in line with so many black women today, especially here in Chicago. Let me just put that out here. It's, like I mentioned earlier, it's crazy out here as far as finances, taxes, inflation, things of that nature. How many women do we know, or ladies themselves, have you looked at your numbers, looked at how much you make, how much you're saving, how much you're spending, and how you're living? Look at your age and say to yourself, you know what though? There's gonna come a day where I can't work no more. Do I have enough savings and investments for retirement? If you don't, what can I do to get that here? If you're someone who doesn't believe in marriage and don't think that you want to settle down with anybody, these are the things you have to look at. We don't care if you're gonna say, I don't need a man, I'm gonna be single the rest of my life. Cool. But are you gonna put a strain on our system here where we're seeing more and more homeless women every day like this point here? Just go to downtown Chicago if you rock with me in the city here. Look at all the homeless women these days. I started working downtown over 20 years ago. I maybe saw a few homeless women here and there. I see women on blocks now, occupying spaces here. These are women who did not calculate things could have happened. but they did not calculate their finance properly. Maybe things happen with their significant other. The fact is they're homeless, and we're seeing that rise. So we're telling women now, understand your finances, understand your limitations so that you're not part of these women here. And the second point, even though she changed up saying, I don't know if I want to have kids, she mentioned at first, I want kids, then I don't even know about marriage because I wasn't taught to see that here. How many of us in the community has seen that here? I don't know about marriage because I don't know how that looks like here. That's what we got to talk about here. It's not just about the financial literacy about being married. It's about the nuclear control and structure that helps build the children up. We see other cousins and nieces and nephews, and we all come up together and we have this big nuclear family that strives better, not working backwards, making 40,000 and then want to live with a guy and not finding the best way to build the structure for your family. We're doing things backwards, people in the Black community. We're not doing things from 1 to 10. We want to go to 10, then 8, then 9, then 5, then 4. It's not the way it works, people. We've been doing things right for thousands of years, but in the last 60 years, we think we can do things differently here. And we're seeing that it's not working. And in our community, things are going worse and worse. As far as reading levels of our boys, as far as single family homes and the violence. We need that to stop here. And how does it stop? We talk about these items here to build families from the beginning so that the structure and the discipline happens in the home so that these kids are not going their wayward ways when they leave the home. I'm gonna stop here. Like, comment, subscribe, click on that bell notification below. Is Kev off base what he's saying to this woman? Am I off base on what I'm talking about here? I want to hear what you guys say here, and I want you guys to come in the comment section. But until next time, I am that dude named Dave, and I'll see you guys later, YouTube world.